Cockle doodly doo. There's a car coming straight down the straightway, and yes, that's me, the guy in the shopping cart. And he kind of looks like me, but his hair, his locks are blonder than my blonde. So this is Slacker's Carts of Glory. It's kind of funny that I finally did a review for this game right as Jackass, the final movie, supposedly comes out. So it'll please Tony Hawk fans that are looking for something a little bit different, but they're kind of jaded on the Tony Hawk series and Skate and everything else. It gives them something new to try. There's shortcuts in the tracks. I didn't really see that so much. And you can drive your kart off in road in various stages. Now the advertising claims there's 16 tracks. I could only see 4 in freestyle. So there's 1 downhill, which I finished. It takes about a minute. And the other 3 tracks are enclosed trick style stages where you can practice your moves, sort of like skate parks, really. It's got an appealing cartoon look. It's kind of reminiscent of those cheap Unity games that we got for like 3 years, that whole style, but much smoother, much more pleasant to look at, sort of like a Sega Genesis, like Jet Set Radio style. But there are residential stages, rocky canyons, winter areas. Apparently they're advertised in their videos, but I never saw them. I don't know if they are only available in other modes. And apparently they're unlockable cards. I see more characters, but I didn't see how to change it, so I just stuck with the default blonde dude. The cons. The game looks great. It's got a unique control style. You know, with that said, once I did the downhill run on the only stage I could find, I couldn't find any more to try, and that's a 1 minute, you know, trip through the residential area. The inherent problem with the controls is that if you want to go fast, which is obviously what you want to do, the cart will become uncontrollable and you'll crash, and then you know you have to restart the sole downhill stage. The timer restarts, but you know, you just start from the beginning, which is kind of frustrating. And you're being timed, so like it's not as forgiving as say Tony Hawk, which I mentioned earlier, where it's like, oh, you wipe out, okay, you can start again, but you know, you lose the points for whatever trick you try to do. So any run over a minute in length in this downhill stage disqualifies you. Apparently there's support for 3 other players simultaneously. I suspect that's where the heart of the game is. Honestly, trying to find people to play online on PC, you know, maybe there's a community out there. I never really looked, to be honest, because this game seems to be getting props, but it doesn't really, I didn't see like a huge community around it. But the other 3 stages, they're all about tricks, and the only tricks I were able to do were like simple 180 flips. Although in the Steam videos I could see people doing a few more, like hanging off the edge of the shopping cart, etc. So it's kind of limited in the tricks. I don't know if there's just 5 tricks, so it kind of gets stale, unlike Tony Hawk where there's like so many things you can do. I love the concept of the game. Honestly, when I saw it, I loved it. I'm like, I gotta try it, gotta buy it. Right away, and there were a few songs that the soundtracks are really, really good, but there's only like 4 to 6 songs. So it's supposed to be an instant fun game, but it's super difficult to master. One of those games to get hold of the game mechanics, which is really off-putting. The developers on their Steam page remind people constantly, this is a cart. It's not going to move like a car, but at the same time, like if you try and speed up too fast, you know, pretty much it's game over and you're just starting from the beginning. But the problem with, you know, yes, it's not a car, yes, it's a cart, but it's a video game meant to be fun first. That should be the goal. And the game doesn't give you the same flexibility the graphics and the overall vibe do. The game goes for $10.99. I got like less than 30 minutes of fun. So I've seen Steam keys for this go for $2, and it doesn't surprise me because it seems very limited, the amount of fun you can have. I feel it's really a shame because Slackers looks great, sounds great, but the actual gameplay is so punishing to newcomers instead of lenient like a Tony Hawk game. Like Tony Hawk, it sort of scales it depending on your difficulty and you know, different difficulties too. But I'd give it a 6 out of 10. I'm very reluctant to do that. It's unfortunate, but so many players recommended the 1-player mode over the multiplayer mode, but I didn't really see that there was much content there. And the game really lacks the intuitiveness of Tony Hawk and other classic sports games. Like games that, like, yeah, you can get good, or you can just pick it up and play, like NBA Jam, NFL Blitz, and that's the downfall I feel of Slackers. They sort of made it, yeah, it's authentic in the sense to what a kart would be like, where you have no control, but at the same time, you know, you would probably lose, you know, your sense of fun in playing it. So anyways, it's a shame. I really wanted to enjoy this more than I did. Keep on gaming and keep on slacking.